Hi there. Two lamps that I picked up last Saturday at Wimbledon Bootsale. These are put in for a little bit of history and just general interest. The first lamp we have, well, let's first of all say what size they are. You may be amazed. They're both 150 watt lamps, 240 volt, both 150. The size has considerably decreased. This, as far as I know, was the largest form that was made in England, at least. I'm also going to show something about the base. If you look in there, you can see the lead-in wires. One wire is a solid wire and the other wire is a fuse. Now, I remember in school homework, and that's going back many years, we had to draw a lamp and I included a fuse in my drawing. The teacher at the time looked at it and said silly. So they don't necessarily know everything. I was right, he was wrong. But as a school kid, how could you say to him that I was right? Anyhow, leaving that point, that's a fuse. Sometimes there's two fuses in each line. It's a very thin wire surrounded by fine sand, silver sand, or in some cases it's just a glass tube with a thin wire. And in some Philips lamps in the past, it was just a thin wire and that was it. The idea is to blow if the filament shorts out to prevent the main fuse blowing. Anyhow, that's just a wee bit of interest. It's a single coil lamp, and it's rather interesting because these were made very near to the school I went to. It was in Wimbledon, which is near Kingston in South London, and they had a factory, Omega Lamp Company. They were down the Burlington Road. The company's gone now. They did at one time bring out a long-lasting lamp. This one is just a normal single coil lamp, single coil 240 volt 150. But that's where they were made. They were made at Burlington Road, New Malden. The factory has long since gone. Interesting, really, because in that area you had Wimbledon, which had a lamp works. That was the lamp company of Bell, British Electric Lamps. They've gone. And in Malden, which is not a stone's throw away from Wimbledon, you had Splendor lamps. That was a Dutch firm, Splendor. They've also gone. Anyway, I'll just add that as a little bit of snippet of information. We'll light this one up. I hope it lights up. I haven't even tried it. But it could come from the boot cell. There we are. As you can see, it's a single coil. I can probably put it on near full. Just a normal lamp, GLS, General Lighting Service, but it does show the old size of these lamps. Well, quite a bit bigger. Right, now, at the same time and at the same place, I picked up this other lamp. It's Polamp. I remember these when they first came over here. It was more or less when the Soviet Union broke up and things were happening in Europe. Poland was being freed. You had Lech Walesa. He was working there for the people. And you started to get unusual lamps turning up in England. This was one of them, Polamp. I found out that the company was set up think it was about the 1920s or 30s, between the Polish government and Philips. I think now it is just called Philips, but I stand corrected on that one. You look at the lamp. I'm trying to get it so you can see it. It's very, very faint. I think it's important to see these things, but can't always get it. There we are. Polamp, 150 watt, 240 volt. Made in Poland. The bulb is obviously smaller than the other one, but modern 150 watt lamps are even smaller still. It's I would call shabbily made. The cap is not really in line with the thing. So if you stick it in, it would go to one side, but nevertheless it still works. That looks like it had, the left hand lead-in wire looks a bit thinner than the other one, so that in fact could be the fuse, but it's not in a glass tube or anything else. It's just a thinned wire acting as the fuse. So this was, or is, the Polamp from Poland. This type of box was also used by Philips at one time. All corrugated. Got Polamp, and I think that's a PI. Looks like an LA. That may be the town. No doubt some of our Polish friends out there will probably tell us if it is that. I think that's what it is. And also whether they are Philips now. I think they are also. Anyhow, once again, thanks for watching. I hope I haven't bored you to tears. And there we are, the 250 watt bulbs. Thank you again for watching. Thank you.